Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be: Are we dating the same guy in T apps that shame men? Well, I got an email from a guy here. He apparently ended up on the naughty list. I think it might have been the T app, but it was also the other one that Are we dating the same guy, which is basically where women go and share pictures and information about guys they met online or guys they dated, guys that dicked them over. And so this particular guy, he says he's been doing very well with my work after, um, however, he's always done the best that he could to kind of let women down easy when he decided that he didn't want to see them anymore. And I guess recently one of them wasn't too happy about that. Maybe he probably dated her a little too long. Maybe she felt like he led her on too long, or she was a little nutty. And so she went and put him on blast on one of these apps. And now he finds out there's a couple other women that he dated that he thought he walked away on good terms with. And apparently they're torching him too. So he was asking my opinion on this. Because this, especially if you're going to do online dating and you're going to meet a lot of women, it's really important that they walk away with a good experience from you. And I've talked about this before. Just being, simple things like working with somebody, or if you're a young guy and you're in a fraternity and you hook up with a girl in a sorority, if you give her a good experience and you have great sex with her, she's going to tell all of her sorority sisters, and most of them are going to want to sleep with you. But if she's like, yeah, he was a two-pump chump, he was a jerk, he was this, he dicked me over, she's also going to tell all of her sorority sisters that. And that can really create some problems for you. So this is really important. If you're going to date somebody, you don't want to lead them on. You don't want to dick them around. You definitely don't want to lie to them. Because if you treat them poorly, now these days with these kind of websites, women have a way to basically retaliate. And so this is kind of happening. So it's important to date, but when you know you don't want to go any further with a girl, you need to be honest and pull the ripcord on it. Because the longer you date somebody, especially when you're applying what's in the book, women are going to get attached. It's the cheat codes to life. And so you don't want to abuse that power, because if you abuse that power, karma's a bitch. And it looks like karma finally caught up to this guy. It's a real short email, but it's definitely something to think about especially if you're on dating apps and you're meeting and dating and hooking up with lots of different girls. You want women to walk away and say, he was a really great guy. He was really great in bed. We had a lot of fun together. I have nothing but good things to say about him. That's what you want. If you're giving women the experience like, oh, he led me on, I thought we were headed for a relationship, and then he blew me off, and a week later he was sleeping with my best friend. So you can't be a shitbird in today's world with the internet, and because there's ways that women can retaliate. So he says, hi, Coach. I've been a follower of your work for many years after a bad breakup. I feel the information you have provided has made me an excellent dater. I've been very successful following your techniques. Well, with great knowledge, great power comes great responsibility. Great knowledge and power comes with great responsibility. I've been on dates with many women, slept with many women, and now I know I am the prize and I act like it. Just don't be arrogant and full of yourself and dick women over. I've been turning down girls who aren't meeting my standards because I meet even better women, which has all been fine and great. I would gently let a woman down when I was no longer interested in them. Women individually have been fine with this until a relatively recent development with these online gossip groups, such as Are We Dating the Same Guy? And the T app. Those are two different ones where women go to basically give their feedback. It's kind of legally, it's like a gray area, because obviously you got countries and states that are passing laws against like revenge porn and stuff like that. That's another thing. If you're going to film yourself with your cell phone having sex with your girl, it's like, got to be careful about those things, because that stuff gets out. Or if you have a bad breakup, women are taking these things and torching guys with it. And states are now starting to pass laws because it's not good for guys' reputation, especially if the stuff is on video. If you're going to do things like that, I would only recommend it somebody you're really seriously involved with, not somebody you're just casually hooking up with. Because again, you get a woman attached and then you break her heart and you dick her around and you're cold, it's like you might end up on the T app or Are We Dating the Same Guy app. He says, to the point where I'm now being posted for having been on many dates. Many women who were fine with it are now not fine because I was dating multiple women. They are angry with me and negatively bashing me. Well, what are the negative things that they are saying about you? Is there truth in it? Or are they just mean and bitter? And those particular individual women, how long did you date them for? If you only went out on a couple of dates and it didn't work out, it shouldn't be a big deal. But if you date them for 2 or 3 months and you're hooking up for a while and then you just all of a sudden dip, that's going to be a problem. Because as the book says, and you'll experience this if you apply the book, typically, if you're following it textbook, by about week 6, 7 is when women should be in love and wanting to know where things are going. So the longer you date a woman, when you're sleeping with her and hooking up with her, she's going to get emotionally attached, especially if you go beyond that 2 months and then you just all of a sudden dip and tell her you're not feeling it. If you know you're not feeling it, the sooner you know that, the sooner you should dip, especially if you're running through a lot of girls on the dating apps. So the longer you stick around, the higher the likelihood is going to be that she gets attached, especially if you're following what's in the book to a T. So just keep that in mind. There is a time limit on that. And so you got to be careful with it. Otherwise, you might end up on the T app or the Are We Dating the Same Guy app. So think about that. Ideally, you want women walking away, again, with he was such a great guy. We went out a couple of times. We hooked up. It was really great. He was a gentleman. He was really nice. But he said he just wasn't feeling it. But again, if you're only, so in that case, if you're going to hit it and quit it, I would only recommend you do that over a couple of weeks and then just say, hey, I'm not feeling it. Women do it to, say that to guys all the time. But again, if you really get their emotions engaged, you go beyond a month, and especially if you're running through a lot of women, you just got to understand and if you're exclusively meeting women online, which you're just going to get a higher incidence of screwballs and angry, pissed off women that are going to seek revenge, you got to think about that. Because otherwise you're going to end up getting put on blast somewhere. So I'd say only if you know right away you don't want to keep seeing them, it's better to dip, but I wouldn't go beyond a few weeks because, again, the closer you get to 6 or 7 weeks, girls are going to get attached and they're not going to like it when you just all of a sudden dip, especially if you're a guy that's kind of making them think that you're really into them, and then you just all of a sudden coldly just say, yeah, I'm not feeling it, I'm going to date somebody else, or I met somebody else, or whatever. If you give the girl the impression that she has a chance of potentially becoming your girlfriend and things are moving that direction, and then you just all of a sudden pull the plug, I wouldn't recommend that because you're going to get being put on blast. Definitely something to consider. So think about that. If you're going to go all the way with a girl, do you think she can handle it? Is she going to be nice about it, or is she going to torch your ass? Definitely something to consider. Character's destiny, and you guys got to be careful out there. So if you got a question or a challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com. Click the coaching tab at the top of your screen on any page of my website and book a coaching session with yours truly. If you haven't already signed up for our exclusive premium members-only content, in the video description is video. There are links to join on YouTube, or you can join on Spotify, or our website, understandingrelationships.com. Just click the plans tab when you get there, and you can sign up for a 7-day free trial to check out all the great content you get for your money. And if you choose an annual plan, you can get a 25% discount at the end of the 7-day free trial. So go to understandingrelationships.com, click the plans tab, sign up for a free trial today, and until next time, I will talk to you soon.